Hi, welcome to the show, Artist a la Mode. We're live in Brattleboro on BCTV with Sonny Lowdown. Welcome, Sonny, and his band. And before we get started, we have a chance to speak with Sonny a little bit about how he got started. And he has a new CD out soon in December, The Blues Volume Low, expected in December. So, Sonny, welcome. And would you like to introduce your band? And
Sure. This is Sonny Bottom on bass. That's Sonny Tubbs on the drums, and that's Sonny Keys on the keyboards.
well, welcome. We're lucky to have you here in Brattleboro. And is it true that when you were quite young, you got very inspired by the blues, and it actually, I think the word that I read was infected you at a very young
Right.
age?
Actually, my sister had brought home a record by this guy, Jimmy Reed, who had a very basic blues, but it just had a sound that sort of brought this whole picture to my mind of this lazy southern kind of thing. And Jimmy Reed was very popular. He had a lot of hits like Baby, What You Want Me to Do, and Take Out Some Insurance on Me, things like that. And those were all big tunes at that time. And then, so I started buying all these records, and I could get them really cheap. And through some circumstances which are too much to explain here, I ended up, when I was in high school, I ended up getting the chance to play guitar with John Lee Hooker. And that, after I did that, I decided that's what I wanted to do, even though I also wanted to continue to go to school. So, I mean, if I didn't have a mother, I would have tried to go on the road with John Lee Hooker. So.
Yeah, that's a pretty amazing experience at a young
Right.
age. And
Right.
and how did you meet the members in your band? How did you all come together?
Well, I came up here to live from New York it's been about 5 years ago. And I don't know, I think I met you first,
I think so.
Sonny Bottom.
The radio station, community radio.
And then Sonny Bottom recommended Sonny Tubbs to work on my house. and then he turned out to be a great drummer, so the three of us started working together. And then Sonny Keys came down to sit in with us, and he sounded great, so that's how it all came together pretty much.
So how long have you been playing together now?
Couple of years, maybe, is it? Yeah, a couple of years.
So who was your greatest inspiration growing up in those early years? Was there a teacher or a mentor? Or
A mentor? Well, I will tell you this. There was a guy who played around New York a lot, named Paul Osher, who played harmonica with Muddy Waters when he started playing with Muddy Waters when he was about 17. And after he stopped playing with Muddy Waters, he started playing around New York, and he would let people sit in. And I used to go, he would play some pretty out-of-the-way, kind of dangerous places, but the music was so good that I'd say was one big learning experience for me, was being able to watch him. And he was kind of a crazy guy, so it was a little terrifying. And I think that was good, because when you're terrified, you try to do your best, So that was, I think sitting in with him was a great mentoring thing. And then, obviously, meeting John Lee Hooker kind of took away some of my preconceptions about what the blues was in terms of myth versus what it was in terms of when you're actually talking and playing with the person in front of you. And I think that was a big thing for me.
you had to be pretty brave, though, I would say.
Well, I wasn't, actually, the way I got into it, I wasn't as brave as the guy who roped me into the whole thing. Because it was actually a friend of mine who got me roped into playing with John Lee Hooker.
And can you talk a little bit about the music you're going to be playing tonight?
I like the blues less. A lot of blues today is very loud and forceful and fast. And what I like about the blues is it's kind of conversational feeling. The instruments talk to each other and they have a certain phrasing. I can pick out, for example, any of the great blues playing on record, I can, if I hear one section of it, even a couple of notes, I know who it is. And so the kind of music that we do is where we sort of play the blues a little more laid back than a lot of the modern bands.
And guys, do you have anything to say before we get started? Anything to add?
Hi, Mom.
Okay, so without further ado, Sonny.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
So we'll
thank
set
you.
up
Thanks
and
for
play.
coming.
A lot of blues is about worry, you know, because especially when you're young and you get into all kinds of trouble in love, and sometimes you feel like you want to get revenge, and the best way to get revenge against the person that might have done you wrong is to make it clear to them that they're out of your mind. Oh Lord, Lord, oh Lord, Lord, it hurts me so bad for us to part. But someday, baby, you ain't gonna want to be my night anymore. You on my mind every place I go, the way I love you, guess you'll never know. But someday, baby, you ain't gonna want to be my life anymore. So many days and nights since you've been gone, I had to worry my life alone. But someday, baby, you ain't gonna want to be my night anymore. Sonny Key. my story. All I've got to say to you, bye bye baby, don't care what you do, 'cause someday baby, you ain't gonna want to be my lady. Thank you very much. And sometimes this group works together in other ways than just playing music. For example, we like to cut grass together. And so we're going to do this tune that I wrote called The Lawnmower. Oh, the lawnmower looks like it ran out of gas.